All right, welcome to Waking the Kraken. I'm Wes Potts.
I'm Alex Kahneman.
And today we've got a special guest. We've got Syd Wade here. She's actually a musician that Alex actually does some recording stuff for.
Yeah.
Say hello, Syd.
Hello, everybody.
Syd's still waking up. I think we ruined her time because she was watching Dragon Ball Z, she told me before.
Right, yeah.
So...
What episode are you on?
We just had Cell kick Krillin through an airplane.
Oh, okay.
And so now everybody's trying to figure out how to defeat the androids before he absorbs them.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're on the big season.
Right. I'm in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, basically.
That's cool.
Or middle, I guess, is more.
Did you start with Dragon Ball?
No, we just started with the Android Saga because we like the fights in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was always really partial to the first one, the Saiyan Saga.
The Saiyan Saga.
Yeah, that was always my favorite one. Yeah, I think I have that one on DVD.
Yeah, when you meet Vegeta and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and you
He's
meet
such a nut bar.
what are the guys that are with him? What are their names?
There's the bald guy and
Raditz.
Raditz, yeah.
Raditz and
because Raditz is Vegeta's brother, or no? It's Goku's brother, isn't he?
Is Raditz?
Yeah, because he's like, Mom and Dad sent you away, and you're kind of a puss.
Yeah. Kakarot.
It just sounds like he has something really lodged in the
Vegeta.
Right.
Mm-hmm, right. He always sounds like that.
It's like, hey man, just clear your throat. Just do it.
Okay, so I was thinking, since we're talking about Dragon Ball Z, this might actually be a little bit of an enlightening kind of thing. The other day I was trying to come up with characters by mixing celebrities with fake characters, and I got on this because Ben at work does a Dungeons and Dragons style Star Wars podcast.
Oh.
So I started to try to come up with characters that I could put into his game that would just fuck up the seriousness of his story.
Oh.
So I came up with Bon Jovi One Kenobi, which would be a Kenobi like Obi-Wan, but he's also glam rock and mixed with Bon Jovi. So Bon Jovi One Kenobi was one.
Oh man.
So yeah, it's now your turns.
Oh no. I don't know. I gotta think about that. That's complicated.
I also have his nemesis, which is every Sith Lord has to have some kind of evil name with it, mm-hmm. and most of the time they wind up take a letter off or something like that. So I took the name Offensive, and I just wrote Darth Fensive.
Darth Fensive, yeah.
And he constantly is just kind of belittling people. He's like, Bon Jovi One Kenobi, you'll never defeat me with that.
Orlando Bloom Clume. That's a Plu Clume reference. If you don't know who that is, he's the orange one.
Oh. Mace Windu, don't you think the purple lightsaber is a little bit much?
Mace
Wu-Tang Mace Wu-Tang Clan. It's his whole family at home.
Yeah,
it's when he goes. The Windu Clan. But yeah, so
fuck the Count Deku tree.
Man, I'm gonna have so many characters to fuck this story up if ever I go on it. It's gonna be awesome.
So it's 2018.
It's 2018. Happy New Year's, everybody.
It's been such for not even 12 hours.
Yeah, 11 hours and 23 minutes to be exact.
Yeah.
Here we are.
How do you all feel? Is anything different?
I just feel ready to continue down the path I'm on. I feel like I've been really solid, honestly, which is rare for me to say.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready to feel better, but I think it's because I'm kind of hungover still.
Yeah.
I went a little bit hard last night.
I know, I did too.
I went home at 11:30.
Yeah, you did. I tried to finish a bottle of whiskey. That was my project last night. Was finish a bottle of whiskey.
Right.
Yeah, my parents got remarried on 2001 January.
Space Odyssey.
So their wedding was on 01/01/01, which means their anniversary is always on New Year's. So I went to. They sent my dad sent me a text last night and said, "Mom and Dad at Grumpy's." And that never happens, mainly because Mom doesn't like Grumpy's.
Right.
And you can just tell she doesn't. But it was a good time. We got up there. They were really surprised. We got up there like 10 minutes before midnight.
Yeah.
And we got to be the first people to say like happy anniversary to my parents, and they kind of went ballistic. And my mom was really drunk. It was funny.
Good treat. Good job.
Yeah, it was a good night. But we like Kaylee had a whopping 3 drinks. She never. Oof.
I know, that's a lot for Kaylee. I remember we've been to Grumpy's once with Kaylee, and I think she only had like 2. And she was pretty lit.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, but last night was fun. You came to the party that I was at for a minute, like you and Kaylee did.
Instead of
and Nate was there, and there's like so yeah, we had quite a few people there last night and stuff. That was pretty fun. Yeah. Syd showed up for literally a second, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was there for a solid hour, but
sure,
it kind of just like I grabbed a piece of pizza, and by the time it was gone, I was.
It's like, oh look, it's cold now.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna go grab some water.
Absolutely.
I mean, even though we're in a boat.
We're on, just...
I need the fresh water.
Yeah, salt water's a terrible idea.
True.
So,
don't want to get sick.
So, Syd, what have you been working on lately? You've got some music you've been working on. Alex has done some songs with you. Do you have anything new in the work?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of running through ideas right now. Been taking a bit of a hiatus for the holidays.
Right.
The plan is to work on some TV magic.
Yeah. TV Magic is going to be my producer name, and so like all the music that I make, I'm going to put underneath TV Magic. That's not going to be like my metal stuff. It's going to be all of my electronic kind of stuff. And Syd was the first artist who came to me that asked me to put a song to some lyrics or make a song for, and so we made the first TV Magic track with Syd Wade.
Yeah, and
the next one's going to be another one.
Well, actually, we'll just put a little clip of it in right now.
They say that time is money, that just isn't true. Time is fluid, it's easy to lose. If we could take the time and do away with money, free our minds, consume reality, interpreting the world we see, evokes a strange emotion. Words crashing silently.
pretty good.
That was good. So
Love
I hope you enjoyed it. So
Yeah, let me just listen.
it's
to me.
really weird. Okay,
Great.
like I think the thing is, like, yeah, it's really weird for us because we didn't play the song. Like the listeners at home are listening to it and be like, "Oh yeah," and then like we come back and it's like, "What are we supposed to say?" We just took 5 seconds of just staring at each other.
Right.
Yeah,
It was
right.
great. It was a great 5 seconds.
But yeah, no, like, so did you like? Are you doing more things with like the ukuleles and stuff? You've got Ukes and Me. You've got
Yeah. It's like a wedding band type of thing, but I also would, I wouldn't mind doing some parties or anything. It's called Me and Uke, and it's with Syd Wade Weddings on Facebook. And basically, I play ukulele, I play violin. I have several musicians willing to work with me to form a band for events, and it's pretty, you can just kind of make your own wedding band, which I think is pretty neat.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. Yeah.
So, Sid, if you could wake up as any celebrity, what celebrity would you wake up? You're just a celebrity for the day. Like,
Bjork.
what celebrity? Bjork? You would just wake up and be Bjork.
Absolutely.
What would you do? Why would you pick Bjork?
Have you seen her?
Right, but
Right.
I feel like it's a tall order. Like,
Well, it's
like,
like-
what if she had to perform that day and then you have to perform as Bjork in front
Right,
of
yeah,
everyone?
I totally know all her
I
songs.
was going to say, I think that was the plan.
Right, but no, that's not the plan. No, I just really want to know what she does, like, on a typical Tuesday.
She does what you do on a typical Tuesday as Bjork.
Right, exactly. So it's like, she does everything really crazy. When she records, she uses, like, special mics to make certain effects and stuff. I wonder if she does that kind of, if she, like, kind of ghetto rigs her life in the same way.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it.
Like, does weird stuff, like, with...
Yeah, like you find out that our car's our house.
Right.
Right.
One of those kind of
Yeah,
situations.
yeah. I just want to know. I really want to know.
But it's also still a mansion.
Yeah.
Like,
And strapped to the back of a giant cat.
Yeah. And
This is my neighbor Totoro.
Yeah, like, I guess, like, if I get to be here, do I get to, like, have her thoughts and her, like...
No, you wake up as them for the day.
no.
we're talking
Like,
being John Malkovich.
Yeah, it's like being John Malkovich.
Okay, yeah,
like,
see, that totally changes it. In that sort of situation, let me think about it.
like, you don't get like a little glimpse into like you're not just like watching them. Like you actually like are them for the day. That's why I picked like
Right,
whenever
yeah.
we did mine, I did Joaquin Phoenix because anything that I would do, even if it didn't seem like Joaquin Phoenix, they'd be like, "Well, he's a weirdo. It's clearly Joaquin Phoenix."
Right.
So I think like a Freaky Friday situation.
Yeah, okay, alright. That's harder, because then I have to, like... I don't get to learn about them, so I have to actually, like, do their life.
I mean, you could also just be Bjork and like just
Right,
hang
yeah.
out and do
'Cause
nothing.
honestly, I don't think anybody would notice if she did anything.
Yeah, she could do something
so.
strange, and people are like, "Why is she acting so strange for the day?" And then the next day, she just.
But
be
I
like,
also, like, I want to pick somebody really, like, adventurous that does cool stuff. So
Yeah,
I
like-
get to do cool things for a day.
what's the guy? Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
You want to be Bear Grylls for a day?
No, I don't want to eat worms, man. I don't want to drink my pee. I'm all about not doing that.
It's television.
At least
Of course
on-
he's faking all
I
that
know.
nonsense.
At least on Never Have I Ever, you could always be like, you could still have drank your pee as Bear Grylls, but you could still win Never Have I Ever and be like, Never Have I Ever drank pee, and they're like, damn it.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
Your Bear Grylls. He drank the pee.
he drank the pee, not me.
It reminds me of a song, actually.
Drinking pee remind. Okay, no, I want to hear this.
Okay, so there's this local Tulsa band, and I'm not going to name them because, that would be weird, but they have this song, and I was at one of their shows listening to said song, and the lead singer was getting really into it and singing the song, and I could tell that he was probably trying to say, set that girl free, let her be.
Oh,
And I was like,
see.
set that girl free, let her pee! Like, it was ridiculous. I was like, you want to let her pee? You do that.
Yeah, it was,
Set that girl free.
Let her pee.
quote from Jurassic Park, like when he goes, "When you gotta go, you gotta go."
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's a better lesson. If you want to set a girl free, you just let her pee.
Just let her pee. Yeah, that's the key to freedom,
That's
I
right.
guess.
Freedom. The pursuit of life, liberty, and the choice to pee wherever
Pursuit
you want.
of being able to whiz wherever you want to.
So being a dog.
What's in that word?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Well,
last night when I saw Patrick at the party, he said something about he was like, next time, he's like, I'd like to be on the show again. He's like, but next time, hopefully we have something better to drink instead of, like, finishing out with cake vodka.
Patrick, you've been on the show 3 times already, you asshole. Give someone else a chance.
And so I just go, like, he's like, you know, because he said something about this shitty cake vodka, and I was like, well, I'm sorry that my shitty little show doesn't have the drinks you like.
Yeah, sorry, we just have a randomly crazy-ass expensive bottle of cake vodka.
Yeah, dick.
That's, like, really decadent. It was good.
It was a great. Well, I told him I was like it was a great way to polish off that whole episode. Like
exactly.
And cake.
With cake.
As
it was a celebration.
Yeah, it was liquid cake. That get you fucked up.
So, have I ever told you about my theme park idea? It's really cold outside right now, so I think it would be a great idea.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Let's talk about this.
It's called Infernal Daves, and basically
sounds great right
the
now.
theme of said theme park is hell, and I really want to put it in the heart of Branson, Missouri. Because that's, I think, where a hell theme park should be.
Right.
But, yeah, like, it's my idea came from the idea that, like, I want to do, like, 9 levels? 9 levels?
Yeah.
And, like, each one of the levels is themed differently. And it came from the notion of really all I wanted to see was a child about the age of 2 or 3 giving a hug to a stuffed mannequin devil that, like, has a person in it and stuff like that. That's where it just spawned from there. I think, like, me and you joked about it one time. We were talking about how we should have the amusement park and then the water park right next to it called Styx.
Exactly.
Like, and you have to
go through
you have
Styx.
to cross. Yeah, you have to go through Styx to get to hell.
Right.
So my hell theme park is an idea. I also like the idea of getting famous enough from it to I go around talking to like at colleges and stuff and be like, I've always had a dream of bringing hell to Earth. And like,
Right. But what 2 coins would you accept as entry fee?
Bitcoin and American Express.
Fair.
You'd also have to do a bit like Silver Dollar City and compete with them in the winter and put up your own lights, but call it hell freezing over.
Yeah, no, that was the thing. Is like on like days like this, like where it's really cold and no one wants to go, I'd do like half price because hell froze over.
Right.
Great. I think it'd be fun to have like horror films like there and like a horror film fest and stuff and like a rock fest and stuff. But really, if any one of you out there has the ability to start a Kickstarter for me to make my hell theme park in Branson, Missouri,
Yeah, let's make that happen.
I think bringing hell to Earth would be a great idea.
Right? It'd be fun.
Yeah, the people
fun.
of Missouri would really
For the
appreciate
kids,
it.
you know?
It's for the kids. It's for the children, just like Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes.
Well, should we draw another character and have our first super fight?
Oh man.
Yeah, actually. So we've got 101 Dalmatians on a blimp. I'll draw. Which one do you want to draw? Because
It has been a minute for me. I don't even remember how this is played.
So basically, what we're doing is we're changing the game completely.
yeah.
Okay, tell me how to play.
Pick a white card.
Okay.
Not that one. It's 2. It's 2 on the end.
It's 2 on the nose. Sid.
It's not like I can read it.
Aha. Okay.
Because Sid's illiterate.
All right. What character did you
Right.
pick?
Cheetah.
Okay, so we've got 101 Dalmatians on a blimp fighting a cheetah, and what's the power? Here's the power. All right. The cheetah is a tween.
Nice.
Perfect.
All right, so
It's Cheetah Girls.
So whenever you guys listen to this, I'm gonna have a on our Facebook and our Twitter. I'm gonna have a poll. We're gonna see which one of you guys vote to see who wins: the 101 Dalmatians in a blimp or a cheetah as a tween.
And I fully expect like backed up arguments in the comments.
Yeah, I want reasons for the insanity.
Yeah, please, like we're trying to make people hate each other, like argue about this.
We want to divide people on something less divisive than the Democrats and Republicans. We want to divide them on a cheetah that's going through an awkward teen year and 101 Dalmatians on a blimp.
Right, who would win? You know,
who's gonna win?
I'm curious.
Do we need to give them a task? Like, who would win at... Or are they just fighting each other?
They're fighting each other.
So it's a cheetah, which has a lot of skill and speed and agility.
But it also has a lot of angst.
Yeah. which means it's definitely going
And
to
it
run
doesn't care
far,
about
far away.
anything.
It doesn't give
Doesn't
a fuck.
care.
And then there's 101 Dalmatians, which is a lot of Dalmatians, but they're in a blimp.
Right? So what do they do? Like,
They're confined to the... Yeah, do they...
can they go on top of the blimp?
I vote Cheetah just waits for Blimp to run out of gas.
Or just, like,
Yeah.
walks on the blimp?
Or pop
like-
Blimp.
But if you have arguments to counter this, that would be great, too.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
So...
How could a cheetah die by popping a blimp?
Have you ever looked at pocket knives? Like, the hardest thing... Chloe got a pocket knife the other day, and I was trying to, like, open it up. And the hardest thing is, like, trying to, like, get my fingers in the
the
thing.
little nails.
They should make a fucking tool that just pops out where that, like, little toothpick goes that just helps me open up the other tools
Yeah, right.
in this. Like, the Swiss Army, I know, hasn't gone to war since, like... You know, Napoleon, I think.
Yeah, right.
But really, they need to upgrade their shit if they want to have an excellent knife. Like
Right.
it's like I need a tool that pulls the shitty little tweezers out and stuff.
I don't think the Swiss Army needs to go to war because they got those guns.
'Cause they
that are
have the
shotgun, pistol, like assault rifle, bazooka in one, and they just like flip it out, right?
Yeah, it's called the Swiss Army gun.
Yeah, the Swiss Army gun.
Perfect.
It goes with the knife.
Yeah, they made a movie about this Swiss Army man.
Swiss Army man. Yeah. Well, he was dead
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
That's a really that's a shit army.
It's a shit dead.
And the- yeah.
Undead Army
No, not undead army, just a dead army.
Oh, right.
Like,
that has seeming life.
yeah, because an undead army is awesome. We saw that in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
But a dead army is pretty futile.
Pretty dead.
Like-
Yeah.
yeah, those have always been pretty bad. I don't think there's been one good dead
There's
army.
never been a good dead army, ever. But yeah, that was my thought the other day. I was like, someone should really make a tool, like just like a little pick or something like that I can like put in there. Like maybe like it could even look like my own thumbnail, but it's just an extension so it could help me pull it out or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Interesting. You know, see, like I don't really like Swiss Army knives. I always just like would get the regular knives, but then you have the problem where you have to reach over the blade
Yeah.
to unlock it and flip the blade towards your thumb that's holding the lock, and then
Right.
pull your thumb out before it closes. And it's like either way,
I hate that.
they're frustrating. Knives,
Yeah.
knives that fold
Just
up
get a
are
knife
scary.
with a button.
Oh,
Like a stiletto?
Yeah.
I think
I had a
Sid
tiny
scares
one.
me now. Like
I had a very like an inch long, like an inch and a half long, like switch for a second. It was a gift that somebody gave me.
Ooh.
It was nice. It was,
Yeah.
It's like
do
really
the
easy to
stilettos?
use.
Do they pop out? Like, do they have something powered behind them that pops them out other than a spring?
I don't know. I think it's just a spring.
Because I was always wondering, like, if you like held the stiletto up to someone and then just pressed the button, if it would like go into them because there's something that was like pushing it, or if it would just be like, duh.
Well,
I would imagine if it
they're
was
pretty
sharp
sharp.
enough.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think
I don't
I
know.
don't think there's enough like
I've
push
never tried.
behind
I've
it.
never tried to
It
stab
never-
someone,
yeah.
so it's like
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
really
like-
know how that feels.
Like, I mean, like, if you sharpen a knife, I've seen knives where like you can like set a tomato on the knife and the tomato will just cut under its own weight.
right.
So like if your stiletto's sharpened, I would imagine like that pressure of the spring trying to push it out to get it past the lock, which is
Yeah.
probably quite a bit of force if I had to guess.
Right.
Like, just because it has to happen fast, you know?
Right? Yeah, that's true.
I was just thought it was used by gravity on the fact that like literally every time you see them in the movies, they like sling it down and
You know what?
it pops out.
Maybe they do. Maybe they're like just flipping it out.
Yeah,
to the
we're all
lock.
just
Yeah.
extrapolating here. We have no idea.
I just wanted to know. Like,
Right, yeah.
that's all I like.
Google.
I need to go to Switchblade forums more or something. I
Right.
guess like where I'm just like, hey, I'm an idiot that runs a talk show. Like, can you tell me about switchblades?
What
Yeah, right.
is a
And they'll be like,
switchblade?
are you a cop?
I need to know more about stilettos.
Yeah, I need to know more about stilettos.
Go
And
to
they'd be
the
like,
store.
are you a cop? I'd be like, no. And they're like, okay. They probably will still think I'm a cop. They'll probably
Right.
tell me like all the most awful misinformation.
Right. Did you hear a noise?
Except the same truck's just been like revving its engine around, and it was like there and there, like it was
What
just
are you
weird.
doing?
It's probably our neighbors. Like, have you heard our neighbors like lately?
Which ones?
Like the ones on that side,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they're up at all kinds of weird hours, and like
I don't doubt it.
they're screaming at each other constantly.
Oh yeah, they're always mad at each other.
Yeah, and like
Oh, neighbors are good. Love neighbors.
like I kind of miss our creepy old neighbor, the one that came over one night just drunk as fuck and like scared all of our friends that were here.
Right.
Yeah, he just walked into our garage and
Yeah.
was just like, I know you guys smoke weed. None of us are smoking weed. We're all
Yeah.
outside having a cigarette.
No one,
drinking
no one,
beer."
just everyone's like drinking beer and stuff like that, and like he's like, I know you guys smoke weed, you guys got bud and stuff, and we're just like, no man, he like brought his drunk friend over
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it
it
was
was
just,
like,
and it
get
got
outta
weird because he started insulting me. This is like the first time I'd ever seen the guy. Like he started insulting me, and then like
In our house. He came in our house.
It was
You get a little
hilarious.
He
spicy
boarded the
about this.
Nautilus and then started giving us shit.
Yeah, but like it's just, I kind of miss him now because like at least he didn't yell in the middle of the night. And after that one night, he got really nice to us.
That's true, he did.
Like,
Yeah.
but now our neighbors just yell and I don't know, pick their noses or something.
Yeah. I think I had like a drug problem across the street from the 421 house for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very confusing thing, and I don't know if like maybe I should have like called the cops, but I was just too scared to intervene. You know, like every day a whole bunch of cars would show up in the morning and drop their kids off at this like house.
Yeah.
With like no window on the front of it. Like they smashed the window out with a broom one day, and like there's always people fighting in the street over their kids.
Right.
And I'm like, are you running a daycare or are you like what?
When
Is this like child trafficking? Like, what's going on here?
do you remember my
Like,
apartment?
strange.
Do you remember
it
my
was
apartment on
scary. I
State
was
Street?
Like, what is this? Yes.
I remember like moving in there and telling my mom like she's like I don't know, this street looks kind of weird and stuff like that, and I was just being like, no mom, it's okay, it just looks a lot rougher and stuff like that. And literally a week later on the news there was a prostitution ring bust on State Street,
Right,
and
yeah.
I was just like, my mom's like, saw that a bunch of hookers got like caught on that street. I was like,
Gotcha.
yep. It was on my block too. It was on the exact same, like it was like across from my house, and like I think I like looked out the window. It was like me and Bruce and stuff were like looking out the window. We're just like, why are there all these cops over there? Like,
Oh man.
Yeah, State Street's kind of mythical to me now. Because
Yeah.
I also lived on
I
State
think
Street.
everyone at one point in their life
Is going to live on
That's
State
gonna live
Street.
on State
that's a place
Street.
to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's also weird is my parents also lived on State Street. My brother has also lived on State Street. We didn't plan
You're
this.
It's all notorious.
Yeah,
like-
I didn't know my parents lived on State Street until I moved there, and they were like, "We used to live on that street." I was like, what? All right, but yeah, like it's a weird street, like, and it's like seemingly okay when you're on the street, and it
Yeah.
feels fine. But like I lived with Jacek and Mac there,
Yeah.
and we were sitting out on the patio, and they were smoking a cigarette, and I was just kind of hanging out with them, and we heard a loud noise. And Jacek just goes, it's probably fireworks. And I was like, I don't think that was a firework. Let's go inside. And we walk inside, and I open up my phone, and I turn on the police scanner, and there's police talking about shots being fired 2 blocks north of us.
Yeah.
Like, not like 2 blocks north and way away, like just 2 blocks up, like almost
Yeah.
parallel to us. And I was like, I'm
I wanna
glad
be
we
like-
went inside.
Before I moved there, like Sean lived like my friend Sean, who I do movies with and stuff occasionally, like lived 2 doors down.
Right.
In like an apartment
2
complex.
doors down.
And like he one time went out of town, and so he had me house sit for his cats. And so one night I come home, and like the weirdest part about this place is there was no key to the house. The door was constantly unlocked because they just lost it, and like they hadn't gotten a new one, and the landlord hadn't changed the locks, so they constantly lived in this perpetual state of anyone could walk into their house.
Yeah.
So I'm staying there, and I'm about to go to bed one night, and I hear this like banging, not on my door, but like the next door neighbors, and it's just like banging, and then this like innocent voice being like, "Can you let me in? Can you?" It was almost like a vampire film, honestly, like where it was like that, like Let the Right One In film, where there's that like,
Oh, yeah.
kind of you have to be invited in, but like so she was like just drunk as a skunk, couldn't talk, banging on this door, probably her boyfriend's or something like that, and I'm watching this going, I want to make sure that nothing happens to this girl that's really that bad, but I'm also not gonna do anything until I have to call the cops.
Right.
So she walks down this staircase because obviously he's not answering the door, and walks into the front yard. From the front yard, she proceeds to fall over and pass out in the yard.
Great.
And
Healthy.
at that point, I'm like, okay, maybe I should call somebody. But then I get terrified because I look up because the cat is looking at the roof of this house, and I look up and there's just a man standing on the roof as if he is in a Batman. Like he's like Batman. He's just standing on top of it, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like,
why is this guy here? What is he doing?
I just like looked at Peepo, and I was just like, Peepo, let's just go to bed. Like, so we just went to bed.
And then he swooped down from the roof and beat the shit out of this unconscious woman.
Drunk girl is the greatest drunk villain ever. Like, I don't know what happened, but like it just got too weird. Like it was just
it's
like
a little strange.
It was the weirdest.
Do you know if she's like okay?
Yeah, she came over. I lived next door to her a month later.
Okay,
so
cool.
she was fine.
All right.
But it would have been a really awkward thing to be like, she's like, hey, I'm so and so, and I was like, I know you were drunk one night, and I watched you from another apartment.
I kind of just watched your drunkenness.
And then I saw Batman. Like, but it was the weirdest. He's just like up there. I was like, who stands on their fucking roof in the middle of the night like that?
Yeah, right.
Not I. I think I was on the roof at the State Street house like a couple of times.
Yeah, that one you could see.
But that's like the only roof I've actually ever been.
Yeah.
And I was sitting down.
Yeah.
Like not standing.
Not standing like Batman.
Mac's window at our house, like we had like a big 2-story house where all 4 bedrooms were upstairs. But Mac's window, like you could open the window and there was a section of roof that was like 10 feet long just right there.
Yeah.
But it was just at like the perfect angle to where like he would just you could lay a blanket out there and we could just like drink beers and just like lay down and look up.
Nice.
And just like, and it was so easy to crawl out there. But there was a couple times when I was like, I'm gonna go out there. And I'd go and I would see that the window was open, and then I would look and I would just see a leg, and then I would and not just a leg, like only a leg.
Right.
No clothes. And I would be like, all right, not going onto the roof today. So I know Mac did some fun stuff up there.
Nice.
I thought you were just suggesting that Mac just likes to sleep naked out on the roof, but now I get what you. The illusions are coming back.
Like all this reminiscing we're doing. This
Right.
is good.
This is where 2018. Things that didn't happen in 2017. I don't think we've talked about really anything from 2017 except for the party last night.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So.
Like,
Well, they've been with us for...
Because fuck that place. So, fuck that 2017.
yeah, that can just go.
It can go suck a dick in hell. It can go suck a dick at Infernal Dave's.
Yeah, right. Which is half off right now.
Just half off right now.
I'm not really like mad at 2017 so much as I really didn't notice it much.
Yeah.
You know, like it's over now, and I'm like, okay, here we are.
I will definitely say that 2017 was a better year for me than 2016.
Sure.
But still, there were parts that I just didn't like.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for this next one.
yeah, I'm definitely ready to see if this one gets better.
Yeah.
So,
It probably will. It feels like it will.
but yeah.
It's a lot.
So I want to
less-
like clarify for a second that like Springfield is not just ravaged by people killing your people.
Oh yeah,
And
no.
we just kind of live in crummy neighborhoods sometimes.
No, it's thug life as hell. What are you talking about?
No, Springfield's like any city. Like, it's not like a big city, but like, it's wide. We don't have tall buildings. We didn't build up for some reason. We just build out.
Except for the nuclear plant
Except for
and Mr. Burns' house.
And Mr. Burns' house, yeah.
So there's absolutely no skyline, but
But yeah, so
It
like
exists.
but it's a really cool city. You know, we've got like a population of something like
a lot.
like 120,000 students.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just from colleges alone. So, like, the
Yeah.
downtown area is radical. But, I mean, also, like, that's when you start getting north of downtown, that's where you start getting into, like, old Springfield. Because they built out from there. And
Right.
so those are the buildings that are run down and all the old industrial buildings. And so that part of town's a little crummy if you live over there.
It's great to take pictures at.
It's great to take pictures
Great to
at.
take pictures at.
Yeah, the pedestrian bridge.
Anyway, on that note, thanks for joining us here today.
Yeah.
Happy 2018.
Yeah.
Make sure to join us on Google Music under the podcast.
Yeah.
Check us out at SoundCloud. And hopefully soon I'll have us on iTunes and Stitcher. So
Ah, yes. More ways to listen.
more ways to tune in and get stupid with us.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for
letting
joining
me
us.
join.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Always love a good conversation.
We'll put a link to your video below.
Yeah, so you can see the track there.
Yeah.
We'll also put a little link to the Me and Uke page so people can go see that if they want.
Oh, that would be really nice. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's below us.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right as you're watching this.
As you're watching, not
Only
while
on-
we're
yeah,
talking,
yeah.
but, you know.
Yeah.
Literally while we're talking, there's just lines going underneath us that are just this. All right.
This is my first podcast, guys.
It sounds like it's ours too. It's the first one of the new year.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
well, have a good one out there.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.